kind of literature is not something that could be assimilated in one day. The fact that this man has sat there, has scrawled jihad, has said that the elderly are weak and the young able-bodied must go out and wage jihad. How did the intelligence agencies miss this level of radicalization where he was actively thinking and perhaps propagating this kind of thought?
In fact, on June 19, one of the sister agency, they have issued an alert, a very specific alert in the name of the same attacker. They gave an alert for 95 people who they connected to ISIS. The information was passed on June 19, where Muddin's name was serial number 89. But somehow, a good 2 months later, when the attack happened on October 23rd, nobody cared to check what is happening. And this guy was in radar even in 2019 when NIA picked up one of the module from Coimbatore. It's very shocking. It's a systemic failure. And Madam, one thing I also like to bring out is the level of conversation you see is Tamil. Generally, the Muslim community in Tamil Nadu, it is not Urdu speaking. It is mostly Tamil speaking. And they don't pick up any foreign language. If you look at the Telegram or other channels, many communication directly comes from ISIS preachers, they see it. But here, many things are translated to the language in Tamil. There is a local preacher who speaks in the language they understand. And this guy gets radicalized in Tamil. And the whole planning happens in Tamil. That is very different. When you see from outside, there is a handler who is sitting in outside. But it has all happened, looks like it all happened within the state only. So that is why it is more sinister. And the intelligence agencies not picking up this, despite a very clear specific alert on June 19 and a specific alert 5 days before the blast, which is October 18th. Very shocking, very unfortunate, very clear-cut systemic failure now.
You know, in my recent memory, I do not remember this kind of language or this level of indoctrination at least being discovered in Tamil Nadu. This is something that was recurrent in states of Uttar Pradesh. We've had cases in Bihar. You've yourself been an IPS officer in Karnataka. Do you find this a recent phenomenon, the fact that openly calls of jihad are being given, talks of kafirs versus Muslim is happening, and this, by the way, of a young educated man? This man was an engineer. He is not some uneducated person.
The shocking part again is the guy who plotted this. I saw his shop also, which was about 4 shops away from the main temple, exactly where the car blew up. He was running a bookshop, which was just 150 meters away from where he blew up finally. And everybody knew him locally, and nobody could, at least the people who kind of saw him outside. So that kind of hiding, he was able to do it. He planned it well within himself, within a group. And it is very shocking, the literature. Normally people do it out of emotion, people do it out of a religious indoctrination, but here it runs much more deeper. Where he talks about kafir, he goes one step further. And signals were always there 3 months back. The central agencies picked up one lone wolf drive in Erode. Erode is a place which never had a history of this kind of incident. He actually brought a truck, and he wanted to do this truck like a Paris-style attack in the Ganapati procession. And luckily, the agencies picked up after he purchased a truck locally. So the signals were always coming out in Tamil Nadu in the last few months. 2019, when the Sri Lankan Easter attack happened also, the fingers were pointed straight at Tamil Nadu, straight at Coimbatore, where NIA picked up about 6 guys who Mubin was also in touch then in 2019. So it's very alarming, especially in the last few years, the kind of radicalization that has spread more deeper and very heavily indoctrinated now. But signals were always coming. It is not that suddenly this came up.
Where has it come from? Because when we were talking about